What's going on, YouTube? Herbivores here. Today I want to talk to you about something that I'm kind of late on, but it's a video I feel like I absolutely have to address. It is the Nintendo 64 turning 20 years old. Um, I said this in a video a long time ago. I don't even remember which video because I made so many, and to be honest, I don't watch my older videos because I'm not really proud of them. But one of my older videos, I mentioned to you guys that the Nintendo 64 was my personal first video game console. Now, let me rephrase that. We had an Atari 2600, we had a Nintendo Entertainment System, we had a Super Nintendo, we had a Sega Genesis, and my brother had a PlayStation. But my first, technically mine, that was all mine, was the Nintendo 64. I actually worked with my dad all summer long, and we saved up and I bought it. And I also bought Mario 64 and a memory card all at the same time. So it boggles my mind that it's 20 years old, and I don't want to do like a top 10 or a top 20 games because there's games out there that I played that I don't technically own. I own about 70 some games, but the Nintendo 64 will always I just love the Nintendo 64. I would love to have a full collection one day. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but that's just something. If it ever happens, it happens. I mean, I'm really just collecting games that I really want to play and beat, because having two kids anymore, it's really expensive. You know, I used to just buy and buy and buy, and anymore I just have to be smart about it and make sure I'm going to play it. I don't just need something on my shelf. I have hundreds of games, almost 1,000, maybe even over 1,000 of games that I already have. That just I need to start buying the games that I really want. So I'm just going to start showing some of my favorite games. When I bought the Nintendo 64, I bought the Star Wars Racing bundle. Now, I didn't get it the day it came out. I actually waited a year or so. My cousin had it, and I used to go to his house all the time. He had Super Mario 64, which I have my own file on. I beat it over his house like 3 or 4 times. This game and Super Mario 3 in World, it's like really hard for me to choose which one's my favorite because I spent so much time on this game. I got like 100 and I think my highest was 118 stars. I never got 120. I always say I'm going to go back and do it. I just never have. And every time I restart it, I get to like 117, 118. I never get 120 stars. It'd be awesome. Back in the day, there was people always talked about doing it, but I mean, I don't even know which stars I'm missing because, like, literally. Now I'm sure with the internet it'd be a lot easier, but back then, the internet was there, but it was not like it is now. So yes, Super Mario 64, Star Wars Pod Racer. I played the living fuck out of this game. I'm a huge Star Wars guy, hence Herb Wars. What else I got here? Oh, Pokemon Snap. I used to play this game. I got this game for Christmas, actually the same year I got WrestleMania 2000, which I don't have. Well, I have it on the shelf. I actually grabbed No Mercy because this game is just freaking phenomenal. Huge wrestling fan in the 90s. I mean, I watch it now, but not as much as I used to. Yeah, love No Mercy. Pokemon Snap, great games. I got them the same. Well, no, I got WrestleMania 2000, which is here. Played a little shit out of this game. The same year for Christmas. Totally worth it. My cousin had this at his house, Ocarina of Time. I had my own file on. I ended up beating it at his house, and then I ended up getting the game years later for cheap as hell. I don't remember what I paid for it. Something that my friends and I used to constantly play, and this was actually years after the Nintendo 64 was popular. This was like during the PlayStation 2, GameCube, maybe even entering like the 360 era of gaming. We used to play the living fuck out of Mario Party, even when Nintendo 64 was out. But I mean, we played it all the way through high school. We just loved the Mario Party games. 1, 2, and 3. I have all of them. I just pulled out 2. Back in the day, though, those games gave you like burns on your palm of your hands from doing like you had to like do the joystick, and oh man, there was so much shit on that game. That game was so much fun, and like you could lose friends in Mario Party because at the very end, you could be winning, like, you could have 7 stars, your buddy could have 5, your other friend could have 3. Well, at the very end, you could start stealing stars, and then like you could end up fucking losing, even though you were leading the whole game, and it just really can fuck your friendships up. Another game that my cousin had, and I didn't get until down the road, was Bomberman 64. Love this game. I also have Bomberman Hero, and well, I mean, I love Bomberman, but the 3D adventure was really cool. Now, everybody's going to talk about GoldenEye. I have it on the shelf. I love the game, but Perfect Dark to me, I just loved better because of like, we used to play hours and hours with the bots, and this was like first person shooting back then. Like, this is the first time we really witnessed anything like that. And the multiplayer on that was just phenomenal. And I mean, people still play this game to this day. You wonder why people were like, obsessed with Call of Duty and whatnot. We were obsessed with like Perfect Dark and GoldenEye back in the day. 1080 Snowboarding. This is one of the first games my cousin had that I played the shit out of too. Really fun. Great game. This game was actually the very first game that ever gave me blisters. And Tony Hawk Pro Skating. Everybody had it on PlayStation. I bought it for the N64 because it was my system. I literally had blisters on my thumb from this game. I did everything you could possibly do on this game like 4 or 5 times because I kept erasing it and then redoing it all because I was just obsessed with this game. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. What else I got here? Oh, Snowboard Kids. I have 2 up there, but no, this is 2. I have 1 up there. This is another fun game. People don't really talk about this game much. At least I don't ever. Whenever I talk to casual people, and I mention Snowboard Kids, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But this is a really cool game. My neighbor around the corner had this game. That's how I found out about it. And we used to play it. Not a lot, but we used to play it. It's a good game. What else we got here? Snowboard Kids 1. Pokemon Stadium. Cool thing about this was we were all huge into Pokemon, and we used to battle with the Link cables and the Game Boys. But you were able to put your Pokemon kind of, sort of, through the game pack. Now, it didn't actually go off the level it was, if I remember correctly. It just automatically rounded everybody at the same level, and you were able to play Pokemon Stadium. Great game. Obviously, Super Smash Brothers. Played the living shit out of this game. Diddy Kong Racing. Mortal Kombat 4. I can't tell you how excited I was when Mortal Kombat 4 was announced back in the day because it was the first time like we were going to see Mortal Kombat characters in like full 3D. So excited for this game. Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite series of all time. This game was okay. I mean, they introduced, I think, Quan Chi and Shinnok in this game. And it was weird not having Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung as like the main bad guys, but it was a great game. Played the shit out of that. Vigilante 8, my buddy who lived about 30 minutes away had this game, and we used to play this all the time because it was like Nintendo 64's version of Twisted Metal, because my other friend had a PlayStation that we used to play Twisted Metal on. I'm just rambling. I just love the Nintendo 64. I would love to hear some of your guys' favorite games, maybe games I don't have or didn't show. Like I said, I have a bunch more up on the shelf, but I just was grabbing a handful of games just to talk about and talk about my memories. Please share some of your memories, some of your favorite games. Maybe recommend some hidden gems that I'm not really aware of. Even though the library's not huge, but I'm sure there's a game or two that might be pretty cheap that I didn't even know existed. Mario Kart, who doesn't own this? But anyway, until next time, Herbivores out.